But I mean, if we take that as a sort of a premise, I'm interested to know the African approach, for example, to things like AI.
Hmm.
Has that sort of really become a subject of
Mm,
discussion or debate?
No, it hasn't. And not at all that I'm aware of anyway. Um, One thing that occurs to me as you say that
Hmm.
is, so generally in African culture, you always assume that people are telling the truth and that they're going to stand by their word.
Okay.
So the interesting thing about AI, which is a variation of the truth at best, is
Yes.
that, the damage it causes in the sense of people not knowing what's true and what isn't, because they assume if you produce a picture and you say this is X,
Uh-huh.
then they will absolutely think it is. Not because they're naive, because their culture says another human being is going to tell you the truth.
Yes. Interesting.
So, so that's why, I mean, I don't know what are the consequences. And obviously people realize it isn't true very fast and then they're not fools. But just in terms of damaging that underlying culture of the trustworthy of human beings, trustworthiness.
Yes, yes. And also I suppose for me the most interesting question is this idea that, these tech pros are obsessed with, which is that there's the ghost in the machine, that there is this consciousness in a machine that they are going to sort of invent, which to me is the most grossly inflated kind of Faustian
Yeah.
humanism, where you are, you turn yourself into gods, and so now you are creating a Frankenstein type of
Yeah.
thing. And how, like, an African would view that type of attitude.
I mean, that's really interesting. Again, I don't officially know any answer. I can only speculate.
Yes.
Um, because, it's similar to how in the Jewish tradition, there's a thing called a golem, which
Mhm.
is a mannequin, made out of mud that is animated by a spirit but not a soul, usually as a protection. It was invented to protect the Jews from persecution.
Okay.
In African culture, there's something called a Tokoloshe, which is a
Yes.
similar idea. It's not for protection, it's often used to threaten or attack.
Mm.
But it's the same thing. It's an animated, man-made creature. I suspect that mm, Faustian ghost in the machine thing would trigger that idea that it's inherently wrong to do that.
Yes, and that you can't assume that that thing is really conscious. It's more like a kind of a zombie, like a
Yeah.
halfling sort of thing. There's the appearance. I mean, to me, it's more kind of Wizard of Oz, that they're trying to trick people into thinking that something's
Yeah.
conscious, but it's not actually, that it's a
Yeah.
trick. So it's
Very much so.